Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I just want to say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I'm going to be bringing y'all a very special build today. The 100 plus acceleration catfish shot creator build on NBA 2K23. Now with this build, we're going to be able to also get contact dunks and slashing takeover. And you can also consider this to be a mix of Damian Lillard and Trae Young. Now as y'all can see from the gameplay, we're going to be able to do everything, and we're honestly one of the fastest builds that you can possibly make. Now I made this build to be perfect. We get elite dribble moves, we also get quick drops, and then we get limitless range on gold, and a lot of the finishing badges are really going to be useful out of this build. Now look, before we get any further in today's video, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family. And I would appreciate it if everybody went ahead and smashed that like button. But be sure to go ahead and comment down TG for thank God, as well as where you're tuning in from watching today. And I most definitely will be hitting y'all back with a response. Now let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of this build. Now if you're looking to be a point guard for season 3, I'm telling y'all, I think that this is going to be one of the better point guards that you can actually make. So let's go ahead and get started, and then when it comes down to the body settings, I think this is going to play a huge factor. So today I'm going to go with the height of 6'1". Now y'all know that I really don't bring y'all these kind of builds, but the fact that I'm telling y'all, this is going to be one that you really want to look at. Now with the weight, I'm going to go 174, and then for the wingspan you could go 1 inch up, and as you can see 6'7", and we're going to be able to get everything that we need out of this build when it comes down to the body settings. Now you can lower the wingspan if you want, but I'm telling y'all it's going to make a huge difference with what we're able to do. And then for the body shape, I'm going to go ahead and pick build today. Now let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the physicals. So for the speed, I'm going to go 85, 94 acceleration, 60 vertical with a 96 stamina. Now with Gym Rat or your Gatorade boost, this is going to be a 100 for the stamina, 64 vertical with a 98 acceleration, and then an 89 speed. Now you can go with an 86 to hit that 90 threshold, but for my liking, I'm going to go ahead and put this to an 85, and this is going to set us up perfectly. Now from here, let's go ahead and check out the playmaking. So for the pass accuracy, I'm going to go 84, 94 for the ball handle and speed with the ball, and we get 29 badges, and we're able to get every single dribbling package when it comes down to the elite, the pro, everything. Now look, the badges, the ones that I'm looking at least, are Hall of Fame ankle breaker. Now I also like floor general as well as vice grip, and then we get quick first step on Hall of Fame, unpluckable out of tier 2 as well as hyperdrive on Hall of Fame, and then for tier 3 we get handles for days, also killer combos and clamp breaker. Now remember, if you add the 4 extra badges from my career towards this build, the playmaking is going to be one of the best areas to look into. But from here, let's go ahead and check out the finishing. So we get 16 badges, and for the close shot, I'm going to go 52, 77 driving layup with an 80 driving dunk. Now with these 16 badges, look, we're able to get Master, Postman, Technician, Back Down Punisher, but then when it comes down to being able to catch alley-oops, we get Aerial Wizard. Now for tier 2, Acrobat, and then I like Fearless Finisher as well as Gold Pro Touch. Now remember, I did say we get Slashing Takeover, so Posterizer is going to make a huge difference, but we also do get Limitless Takeoff. Now Slithery is going to be another good badge to look at, but then when it comes down to the extra badges that you can throw into the finishing, I think honestly, if you were to do that, putting on Posterizer and Limitless Takeoff would completely change this build, especially at the height of 6'1", I'm telling y'all. Let's go ahead and get into the shooting, and I'm going to show you exactly just how overpowered the offense is. So I'm going to go 81 for the mid-range and free throw, 92 for the 3-point shot, and as you can see, we get 25 badges. Now everything for tier 1 is going to be on Hall of Fame, especially Mini Magician. Now this is going to be super overpowered, especially with this shot creator build. Now when it comes down to tier 2, we get Amped, Green Machine, and Space Creator. And then for tier 3, look, we get Agent 3 as well as Limitless Range, both on gold. Now even if you were to add the 4 badges towards this area, I think it still makes a huge difference. Now with the defense, I didn't put anything into this area, but honestly, when it comes down to running 2s or even 3s, you necessarily do not even need a build that has any type of defense on it. Now some of you may be wondering why I didn't put anything into the defense. Now look, if you add 4 extra badges towards this area, you may be even able to get Workhorse on silver or add on extra badges when it comes down to tier 1. But honestly, let's say you're running 2s. If you're running with the lockdown, I don't think the defense is going to be a problem, especially when it comes down to a certain playstyle. Now, if you're looking to ISO, I think this is going to be the perfect build. And then when it comes down to running 3s and the wreck, I think this is going to be an even better build in those game modes. Now, if you want to make any changes towards this build, you definitely can do so. You might get a different build name, but from here, let's go ahead and check out the takeovers. Now, we get the slashing like I said earlier, we get the shot creating, the sharpshooting, and then we get the playmaking. Now, it really comes down to how you want to go about this, but if you want to have the potential to have a 99 plus when it comes down to your driving dunk, I would go ahead and pick finishing moves, especially to be able to get contact dunks. Now, for the second one, I would go with ankle breaking shots, or you can even go ahead and put on limitless range. Now, the playmaking is solid, but I think overall, these are going to be the best 2 takeovers to pick from. Now from here, let's go ahead and check out the build to make sure that we made it correctly together. And I'm telling y'all, we're going to be able to get comparisons of Damian Lillard, Trae Young, and as y'all can see together, we have created the Catfish slashing pure shot creator build on NBA 2K23. Now let me know in the comments, what do y'all think about today's build and video? Would you make any changes? And as far as for the offensive end, I'm telling y'all, this is going to be one of the best and funnest builds to use in Season 3. Now you have all of the badges that you would need and want, but from here let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of what we're going to be able to do with the badges. Now when it comes down to the finishing, I'm going to go ahead and put on Aerial Wizard on bronze and then also Giant Slayer on gold. Now for tier 2, I like Silver Fearless Finisher and then Bronze Pro Touch. And then look, for tier 3, I put my core badge as Silver Limitless Takeoff with Bronze Posterizer. Now with the slashing takeover, I'm telling y'all, you're especially going to be able to get contact dunks, and if you want to change any of the badges when it comes down to this area, you definitely can do so. Now when it comes down to the defense, I went with Box Out Beast, Chased on Artist, and Rebound Chaser. If you add extra badges towards this build, you can get Workhorse or Ankle Braces. It really comes down to how you want to go about it. I'm going to leave the area like this for the defense, but from here, when it comes down to the playmaking, I went with Ankle Breaker on Hall of Fame. Now I like Vice Grip, and then when it comes down to tier 2, I like Unpluckable on gold, Hall of Fame Quick First Step and Hyperdrive, and then when it comes down to tier 3, Handles for Days on gold with my core badge as Gold Killer combos. Now look, if you're running the 1v1 core, I think this is going to be the perfect build for that game mode, especially if it comes down to running 2s. You're definitely going to be one of the best offensive builds, especially if you're looking to run with a big or a lockdown. But from here, let's go ahead and check out the shooting. Now look, we get Mini Magician, Volume Shooter, and Space Creator all on Hall of Fame. Now for tier 2, I went with Silver Amped just so I'm able to get Agent 3 and then Limitless Range. Now both of these are going to be on gold. Whichever one you want to pick as your core badge, it does not matter. But I'm telling y'all, when it comes down to the offense, this is going to be one of the best builds that you can possibly use this year. Especially when it comes down to any game mode, the free throw is going to allow you to play 5v5. Now let me know in the comments, what did y'all think about today's build and would you make any changes? But again, I just want to say thank you to everybody who was supporting today by watching. And again, if you made it this far into the video, comment down TG for thank God, as well as where you're tuning in from watching today. And I most definitely will be hitting y'all back with a response. Now these are going to be the jump shots that you can pick from, but I'm telling y'all, overall, I think this is going to be one of the better Season 3 offensive builds. Now look, if it was your first time coming through, man, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, and turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. You can be my 5,000th subscriber, and I would highly appreciate that. But man, don't forget to go ahead and smash that like button if you enjoyed today's video. And again, with all that being said, man, thank you God for another day and another opportunity. And I got one last thing to say. Rich out.